You think skipping breakfast helps you lose weight?
Think again. A groundbreaking study just revealed people over 50 who skip breakfast
Tannins have higher triglycerides and lower good cholesterol, and a significantly higher risk of heart disease.
Your heart doesn't care about your diet goals.
It cares about one thing: what you put in your body. Within the first 2 hours of waking up.
What you eat or don't eat could be the difference for a healthy heart.
And a heart attack. This is what no one told you about breakfast.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Every morning, like clockwork, David skips breakfast. He tells himself it's intermittent fasting. He tells himself it helps him lose weight. He tells himself he doesn't have time.
But here's what David doesn't know. His well-being is being affected.
Every single day. And he's not alone.
Millions of Americans over 50 are skipping breakfast parned, thinking they're being healthy.
But the science tells a very different story.
Today, we're going to show you exactly what skipping breakfast does to your heart.
And more importantly, how to fix it.
Because the science is clear. What you eat or don't eat in the morning.
The decision about what you eat for breakfast could be the most important decision for your cardiovascular health.
And the fix? It's simpler than you think.
To understand the problem, we need to understand what happens inside your body when you skip breakfast. Especially after 50. When you wake up, your body has been fasting for 8 to 12 hours.
Your internal energy is low. Your body's natural response mechanisms, good like certain internal regulators do, are naturally elevated.
To help you wake up. In a healthy young person, eating breakfast signals the body to lower stress hormones
and stabilize blood sugar. But when you skip breakfast, something very different happens.
Your body perceives the lack of food as a stressor. Cortisol stays elevated.
Blood pressure rises. Your heart has to work harder.
Using Oprah in the trines. And here's the kicker. When you finally do eat FOB, often later in the day, with a large meal command, your body is so starved that it overcompensates.
You eat more, you spike your blood sugar, you spike your insulin.
And over time, this daily cycle of stress and overcompensation damages your blood vessels.
But the damage goes far beyond that. Let's look at what the research actually says.
A significant research effort involving a large group of individuals was conducted.
The findings were shocking. People who never ate breakfast had an 87% higher risk of dying
from cardiovascular disease compared to those who ate breakfast every day.
Let me say that again. 87%. That's not a small difference.
That's not a minor consideration. That's a significant, undeniable indicator. And the situation intensifies. A separate study of over 26,000 American men found that those who skipped breakfast had a 27% higher risk of coronary heart disease. 27%.
And the reason? Skipping the morning meal was linked to elevated body mass index, increased blood pressure, all of which are direct pathways to significant internal pressure.
But it's not just about heart attacks and death.
Skipping breakfast is also linked to metabolic syndrome, a TOAD, a cluster of conditions.
That includes abdominal obesity, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and abnormal cholesterol.
And get this, a meta-analysis of 9 studies found that skipping breakfast
Significantly increased the likelihood of every single component of a cluster of related health concerns.
abdominal obesity, increased risk,
Hypertension, increased risk.
Hyperlipidemia? Increased risk.
Hyperglycemia? Increased risk.
Skipping breakfast doesn't just skip a meal. It skips your body's chance to regulate itself properly.
Let's dive deeper into the science. Why does skipping the morning meal impact your internal systems so significantly? Reason 1, it disrupts your metabolism. When you skip breakfast, you're forcing your body into a prolonged fast.
your metabolism slows down. Your body becomes more efficient at storing fat, more, not burning it.
And over time, this leads to weight gain, insulin resistance, and ultimately, diabetes. Diabetes is one of the strongest risk factors for heart disease.
Reason 2, it affects your circulatory system. Skipping the morning meal has been associated with elevated circulatory system indicators.
When you skip breakfast, your stress hormones stay elevated. Your blood vessels constrict. Your heart has to pump harder. Over years, this constant strain damages your arteries,
Leading to hypertension and eventually heart disease. Reason 3, it wrecks your cholesterol. Skipping breakfast leads to harmful changes in lipid levels.
higher total cholesterol, and higher LDL cholesterol.
And here's the cruel irony. When you skip breakfast, you're more likely to overeat later, often choosing high-fat, high-sugar foods that further damage your heart.
A systematic review found that people who regularly skipped breakfast were about 21% more likely
To experience cardiovascular challenges or severe health outcomes. And the risk of all-cause death was 32% higher. The evidence is overwhelming. Skipping breakfast isn't just a harmless habit.
It's a significant concern for your cardiovascular well-being. The takeaway is clear. Skipping the morning meal after 50 isn't a diet strategy.
It's a heart attack waiting to happen. But here's the good news. You have more control than you think.
So what does a heart-healthy breakfast look like? First, eat something than anything biscuit within 2 hours of waking.
Research shows that eating breakfast early in the day
aligns with your body's circadian rhythms.
Improves insulin sensitivity, and supports healthy metabolism.
You don't need a 5-course meal. You just need to break your fast.
Second, choose heart-healthy foods. Aim for a breakfast that includes fiber clay, like oatmeal, whole grains, and fruits. Fiber helps lower cholesterol and keeps you full. Healthy fats, like nuts, seeds, and avocado. These support heart health and reduce inflammation.
Protein pound, like Greek yogurt, eggs, or cottage cheese. Protein stabilizes blood sugar
And prevents mid-morning crashes. And limit fanned, sugar, refined carbohydrates, and processed meats.
These are the enemies of heart health.
And third, be consistent. A study found that eating a substantial breakfast,
accounting for 20 to 30% of your total daily calories terrained, was associated with better health.
Supreme, compared to a tiny breakfast, a huge meal, or skipping it completely.
Consistency matters. Your heart doesn't care about occasional healthy choices. It cares about what you do every single day.
Now, let's make this easy. Here are 3 heart-healthy breakfasts, because all under 10 minutes to prepare.
Breakfast number 1, oatmeal with berries and walnuts. Half a cup of rolled oats, halved, cooked with water or milk.
Add a handful of fresh or frozen berries, thyme, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Sprinkle with a 1/4 cup of walnuts, greened, rich in omega-3 fatty acids that protect your heart.
Total time, 5 minutes. Heart health, excellent. Fiber, high. Healthy fats, check.
Breakfast number 2, Greek yogurt parfait. 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt, high in protein, low in sugar. Add a layer of fresh berries, conand, antioxidant powerhouses. Top with a tablespoon of chia seeds or flax seeds, more fiber and healthy fats.
Total time, 3 minutes. Heart health, excellent. Protein, high. Sugar, low. Breakfast number 3, avocado toast on whole grain bread. 1 slice of whole grain toast pav, fiber rich.
top with half an avocado, a mashed or sliced loaded with healthy monounsaturated fats.
Sprinkle with a pinch of sea salt and red pepper flakes for flavor. Add a hard-boiled egg on the side for extra protein.
Total time, 5 minutes. Heart health, excellent. Healthy fats, high. Fiber, high.
3 breakfasts, under 10 minutes each. Heart healthy, delicious, no excuses.
Meet Patricia. She's 72 years old.
3 years ago, she was diagnosed with high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Her doctor told her she needed to make changes or risk a heart attack.
Patricia was scared. She didn't know where to start. Then she learned about the power of breakfast.
She started eating a heart-healthy breakfast every single morning. Oatmeal, berries, nuts, Greek yogurt.
Within 6 months, her blood pressure normalized. Her cholesterol dropped. She lost weight.
Today, Patricia says she feels better than she did in her 50s. And it all started with breakfast.
Patricia's story isn't unique. It's backed by science.
Study after study shows that eating breakfast, especially a heart-healthy one, can dramatically reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease.